Welcome back to the Leadership Match. I'm Martin Rowinski, and today is yet another solo episode because today I want to talk about something that every leader, whether you're an executive, an entrepreneur, uh, anything in leadership, every leader needs, but very few leaders enjoy practicing. And that is patience. I know because it has taken me a long time to understand how powerful patience is. And I do not mean sitting back, doing nothing, and hoping life works out. That is not patience. Real patience is disciplined action over time. It is doing the right things consistently, even when the result has not shown up yet. We understand this in some areas of life. Nobody gets a degree overnight. You do not walk into college, attend one class, and ask, "Where is my diploma?" You know there is a process. There are classes, tests, late nights, deadlines, mistakes, growth, and eventually, if you stay with it, that degree comes. The same is true with your career. Most people do not start at the top. You get the first job. You learn, you make mistakes, you build relationships, you prove yourself, you earn trust, you get promoted, you take one more responsibility. It takes time. But then somehow, when it comes to branding, leadership opportunities, or board positions, many executives want the results immediately. They want visibility right away. They want credibility right away. They want a board seat right away. And I understand it. We live in a world where everything feels instant. Instant communication, instant content, instant answers, instant feedback. But leadership does not work that way. Trust does not work that way. Reputation, for sure, does not work that way. And board opportunities, definitely do not work that way. Your brand is not built in one big moment. It is built in small moments that repeat. It is built when you follow through. It is built when you communicate clearly. It is built when you give credit. It is built when you admit what you did not know. It is built when your values, vision, mission, and relationships and actions all point in the same direction. That is what takes you beyond the title. And here's where patience becomes very important. When a company is looking for a board member or advisor, they are not just filling a seat. They are making a decision that can impact the future of the company. I mean, think about that. They have to look at experience. They have to look at culture fit. They have to look at values, vision, and mission. They have to ask, is this the right person for where we are going? And that simply takes time. There is usually a third party involved, aka the company, and the company has to assess multiple options. They may have several strong executives to consider. They may need internal conversations. They may need meetings. They may need to research backgrounds, review profiles, compare skill sets, and make sure the decision is right. That is not a bad thing. That is responsible leadership. If I were building a board, I would want to take the time to get it right too. A board seat is not just another title, it is a responsibility. It is influence. It is trust. It is helping guide a company through decisions that matter. So yes, the process can feel slow, but the right match takes time. It is not just about resume. It is not just about your past titles. It is not just about saying, I was a CEO, or I was a founder, or I led this department. Those things do matter, but they are not the whole story. The company also wants to know who you are. How do you think? How do you lead? How do you communicate? What do you stand for? What kind of energy will you bring into the boardroom? Will you add value, or will you just add another opinion? Are you going to be an effective board member? That is why your brand matters. Because before a company ever speaks with you, people may search for you. They may look at your LinkedIn profile. They may read your bio. They may look at your website. They may watch a video. They may read an article. They may ask around. And these days, they might go to AI, ChatGPT, or some other AI, and also look up you by your name and see if everything that they find from videos, from articles, your biography, is it all pointing in the same direction? And is everything you have done and written in your branding also points to I'm board ready, if we're talking about board positions. And now, more and more, they may even ask, again, I'm going to tell you this is happening more and more. They may ask AI what it knows about you. That is why your online presence can help you or hurt you. If your brand is clear, consistent, and aligned with the opportunities you want, it builds confidence. If your brand is confusing, outdated, empty, or disconnected from who you are today, it can create doubt. That does not mean you need to pretend to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. But you do need to be intentional. Your brand should make it clear what kind of a leader you are, what value you bring, what problems you help solve, and what people can trust you for. And that takes patience. Again, here we go with patience. You do not build that in one post. You do not build that in one podcast. You do not build that in one article. You build it over time. The same way you build a degree, the same way you build a career, the same way you build trust. Go back, think about how long it took you to build your career, to get your degree, and repeat that again. Small actions repeated consistently create the reputation people remember. And I think this is where many leaders get frustrated. They say, I have the experience. Why is it taking so long? And my answer is experience opens the door, but trust gets you invited in. Experience matters, but alignment matters too. Timing matters. Relationships matter. Culture matters. Need matters. The company may love your background, but they may not be ready. Or they may need a different skill set right now. Or they may be comparing several very qualified leaders. Or they may need board alignment before moving forward. That does not mean you failed. It means you are in a process, a real process. And real processes take time. Patience is not weakness, patience is maturity. But patience without action is just waiting. That is why I believe in patient action. Patient action means you keep building while the process unfolds. You keep improving your brand. You keep sharing your perspective. You keep developing relationships. You keep learning. You keep preparing. You keep showing why you are valuable. You do not stop just because the opportunity has not arrived yet. Because when the right opportunity does come, you want your brand, your reputation, and your relationships already working for you, not being built at the last minute. The mistake many executives make is they wait until they need an opportunity before they start building their brand. They wait until they want a board seat. They wait until they want investors. They wait until they want media attention. They wait until they want the next big role. But by then, they are trying to rush something that should have been built over time. Your brand should be built before you need it. Your relationships should be built before you need them. Your reputation should be built before the opportunity is on the table. Because when a company is making a decision, they are not only looking at what you say about yourself, they are looking at what your work, your presence, your relationships, and your track record say about you. That is why patience and consistency matter. Let me give you a simple way to think about it. If the title disappeared tomorrow, what would people still trust you for? That is your brand, not the title, not the position, not the logo behind your name. What people trust you for. And that trust is built over time. So if you are pursuing a board opportunity, an advisory role, or any leadership opportunity, do not just ask, how fast can this happen? Ask better questions. Am I positioned clearly? Does my brand reflect the value I bring? Do people understand what I stand for? Am I showing my thinking publicly? Am I building the right relationships? Am I aligned with the companies I want to serve? Am I patient enough to let the right match happen while still taking action every week? That is the leadership mindset. Patience is not about slowing down your ambitions. It is about respecting the process. It is about understanding that meaningful opportunities require trust, timing, and alignment. And when it comes to board work, that matters even more because the right match can help a company grow. The wrong match can create confusion, friction, and poor decisions. So companies should take their time. Executives should prepare themselves, and both sides should be looking for alignment around culture, values, vision, mission, and impact. That is how strong matches happen. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one area where you are expecting fast results. Maybe it is your brand, maybe it is your career, maybe it is a board opportunity, maybe it is a relationship. Maybe it is a business goal. Now ask yourself, am I being patient with action or am I just being impatient with expectations? Then take one step, update your profile, write one thought leadership post, reconnect with one relationship, clarify your values, strengthen your bio. Ask yourself what people find when they search your name, because patience does not mean doing nothing. Patience means doing the right things long enough for trust to catch up. Leadership is built one conversation, one connection, and one action at a time. Hey, thanks for listening to the Leadership Match. I'm Martin Rowinski, and I'll see you in the next match. But before you go, if you need to figure out where your brand needs to go, how it needs to be structured, you can find me and connect with me directly. You can go to martinrowinski.com. You can go to theleadershipmatch.com and contact me there. I'll see you next time.